Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the Halal Times YouTube channel. Today we are excited to bring you another episode from the Halal Times. And the topic of today's discussion is basically about halal tourism. This industry is growing, has been growing very fast, and thanks to the travel plans and thanks to the travel activities by the Muslims all over the world, halal travel industry has become the fastest growing segment of the global tourism industry. So that's really an achievement for halal tourism operators as well as the people working in the hospitality industry anywhere in the world. So let's get to the basics as to what we're going to talk about today. Today's topic is basically for those people who would like to get a basic understanding of what halal tourism is and how to get themselves ready for accepting Muslim tourists from anywhere in the world. Of course, these are general guidelines. We're not going to go into the specifics. If you are interested, maybe we can talk further. And we got tons of material published on our website. But the thing is, today we would like to know exactly what halal tourism is from practical standpoint. So, for example, what do you need to know as a Muslim who plans to travel soon? And what is the bare minimum you need to know, you need to provide to your Muslim guests if you work in the hospitality industry? These and many other questions come to mind when thinking about what halal tourism is. Halal tourism has now become a huge industry. It had faced a major blow due to the COVID-19 pandemic the past 3 years or so, but now it's slowly recovering in different parts of the world, albeit with varying degrees of restrictions still in place. So today we would like to list some of the basic information about the fastest segment. As I mentioned in the beginning, it is the fastest segment of the global tourism industry. This guide, today's discussion, will help tourism operators and hospitality industry players to get a better appreciation of what steps they need to take to be able to welcome Muslim tourists from anywhere in the world. So let's first get to the basics. What is halal tourism? Just to start with, the phrase refers to the specific traveling habits and expectations of Muslim tourists. Essentially, Muslim clients are looking for services that help them adhere to their religious principles, such as restaurants serving halal food, hotels with dedicated prayer areas, and qibla marks affixed in hotel guest rooms, etc. Of course, these are the very basic things which they got to do, but there are many other details as well. According to Wikipedia, halal tourism, which is sometimes called halal travel or halal friendly tourism, basically it's a subcategory of tourism that is geared toward Muslim families who abide by the rules of Islam while traveling, of course, as well. The hotels in such destinations do not serve alcohol, have separate swimming pools and spa facilities for men and women, serve only halal foods, and have got prayer facilities in room and in a common hall. Travel agents, while designing travel packages for Muslim guests, may want to follow halal guidelines from Malaysia, Turkey, and many other Muslim countries, which offer extensive halal-friendly tourism services to Muslim guests in accordance with their religious belief system. However, it may be noted that there exist no internationally recognized standards for halal tourism. Everybody, every country and every hotel has got their own industry standards. And of course, a lot of hotel players in the hotel industry, they tend to follow the halal certification bodies from where they get halal certification for all their services. So every country follows its own rules to create a halal friendly environment for Muslim visitors to these countries. That's natural. And of course, it's acceptable if they live within the standard norms of Sharia. So who are halal tourists? Potentially any one of the Muslim faith in terms of nationality, demand for this type of tourism comes primarily from Indonesia, Malaysia, Pakistan, India, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates as well, of course. And of course, you could expect Muslim tourists from anywhere in the world, not just from Muslim majority countries, but from Muslim minority countries as well. They also like to travel, and in many places they got plenty of money to spend on. So they are also potentially your customers. North African travelers also represent a considerable clientele base. So now we got to understand what expectations are specific to these Muslim tourists. Notwithstanding the diversity of the global Muslim population, there are certain amenities and services that Muslim tourists everywhere are likely to expect from any hotel, any restaurant. Generally, halal tourists may seek out restaurants that serve certified halal food and do not serve alcohol and pork. They might also expect to find dedicated prayer rooms at their hotels, or at least be provided with a prayer rug for use in their room. The halal tourism industry also provides flights where no alcohol or pork products are served. Prayer timings are announced and religious programs are broadcast as part of the entertainment offered on board. More advanced Muslims might also look for separate swimming pools or beaches for men and women. Finally, they may also tend to be interested in activities and excursions on the theme of Islamic religion and culture as well. So basically, you should be ready to provide all these services and all these amenities if you would like to attract even wealthy Muslim tourists as well. So what are the top destinations for Muslim tourists? Of course, we are not talking about any place specific, but of course they could go to anywhere and everywhere. Muslim travelers most often listed France as their destination of choice according to a survey conducted by Muslim Travel Index Europe, and most of the Muslims, they chose France as their destination of choice, about 30% of them on earth. England and Italy tied close behind in second, being about 28%, and then followed by Germany and Turkey in third, being 26%. So naturally speaking, there is a higher availability of services catering to halal travelers in countries where religion is prevalent, such as Turkey, Dubai, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Malaysia, and so many other places. It's natural that you will be able to find halal friendly hotels and restaurants almost everywhere. Are there any tour operators specializing in halal tourism? Travel agencies catering to Muslim clients have proliferated on the web in recent years. There's Halal Booking, Muslim Tripper, Halal Trip, and Sunsi and Halal, just to name a few. All of these companies have one thing in common. They sell vacations guaranteed to be in sync with Islamic religious principles. So how big is the halal tourism industry? Last year alone, the global halal tourism market was worth an estimated more than $140 billion, according to HTC survey organizers. This represents around 13% of total tourist spending worldwide, no matter whether they were Muslim or non-Muslim, or they belong to any place, any creed, or any religion. This is 13%, and it is growing the fastest. So it's going to become even bigger than this. So you got to be mindful of whether you are interested in grabbing this huge segment of the market. There are more than 2 billion Muslims at this moment on the face of the earth. So if you would like to grab significant portion of these Muslims, you got to make sure that you are ready to serve them halal food which they need, and provide other amenities which are important for them to feel comfortable, to have comfortable time while they are staying with you guys. Thank you so much, and inshallah we hope to be able to speak with you again with another episode in very short period of time. So till then, salam alaikum.